Five people shot and injured in community of Walton Park Road. 5 people reportedly shot and injured in the 85-lane community of Walton Park Road in St. Andrew sometime after 5 p.m. on Sunday. It is reported that loud explosions were heard in the area and residents called the police. Upon the lawmen's arrival, 5 people were seen suffering from what appeared to be gunshot wounds. They were rushed to hospital. The gunmen reportedly escaped the scene. The conditions of the injured people are not yet known. Several vehicles were also damaged by gunshots, report stated. Halfway Tree primary school teacher suffers stroke, dies 5 days later. The staff and students of Halfway Tree Primary are mourning the loss of physical education teacher Jermaine Jones, who died Friday evening after he reportedly suffered a stroke a few days earlier. His wife Janice Jones, a vice principal of Wilmer's Boys School, confirmed that her 45-year-old husband Jermaine suffered a stroke while heading to work on Monday last week. He was admitted to the University Hospital of the West Indies on Monday and then died on Friday. He died on Friday night is his devastating loss, but we are being supported by friends and family. Jermaine had a pre-existing condition and he had open heart surgery in 2017, but he had been fine, Jones stated. Jermaine is survived by a wife and 3 children. Carol O'Connor Clark, principal of the Halfway Tree Primary, called Jones' death a terrible loss as he had worked as a physical education teacher for 25 years at the institution. He was loved by parents and students. He always arrived at school early. That says a lot about his dedication. He was a very loyal worker who took his job seriously, and his interest in his job was remarkable. We've lost a great asset, a wonderful colleague and friend, Clark stated. Jermaine was a go-getter, an innovator. He organized and hosted the school's first ever track meet just last week Saturday, March 16, at this school with over 8 schools competing. He has taken the school to new heights. He read the scripture of the school's 100th anniversary service. We were just on the field together last week Saturday, so all of this is a big shock to us. A lot of teachers are dying. A lot. This is just a tremendous shock, the primary school principal added. This has been mushrooming concerning about the number of educators dying suddenly, pushing the JTA to commission a study to determine if there is a correlation between the stress level the educators face in the classroom and their mental and physical state of being. Indicom notes contrasting report from citizens and lawmen in probe of Old Harbour fatal shooting that left 2 men dead. The Independent Commission of Investigation Indicom says it is probing the fatal shooting of 2 men by the police in Old Harbour, St. Catherine on Saturday. The deceased men have been identified as 20-year-old Daniel Mackenzie, otherwise called Bottle, and 23-year-old Negril Bailey, both of Terminal Road in the parish. Commissioner of Indicom Hugh Faulkner says the organization has taken note of the incident and has started a probe into the case. Commissioner Faulkner says the accounts given by the police and residents are contrasting. He said the police are claiming that the incident stemmed from an armed confrontation, but residents have disputed the statement. The residents who have been protesting the killing blocked several roadways as they demanded justice. Commissioner Faulkner said following the investigation, a commissioner's report will be sent to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution for ruling.
The circumstances leading to the incident are being ascertained by Indicom, utilizing all available evidential options. The Indicom forensic team processed the incident scene, collected the requisite exhibits, and boxed the firearms reportedly involved. Protesting residents and the security forces have given contrasting reports. The security forces report a firearm confrontation with armed men and the recovery of 2 firearms following the exchange. Residents, on the other hand, challenge the account given by law enforcement officers and deem the action by the security forces unlawful. In addition to the investigative steps we have taken and are taking, Indicom's family liaison officer will be making contact with the family members of both Mr. Bailey and Mr. Mackenzie. For the benefit of the public, following an Indicom investigation, a commission's report is produced and submitted to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions for a ruling.
MP Robert Chin to visit Integrity Commission regarding financial statements on Monday. Robert Chin, Member of Parliament from Manchester Southern, has responded to a notice posted by the Integrity Commission stating that he will be at its office on Monday, March 25, 2024. The Integrity Commission reportedly posted a notice in the Observer and the Gleaner and shared on social media asking the MP to attend on the office of the Integrity Commission by March 27, 2024. The Commission said in the notice that it had made several attempts to contact Chin without success. While the Integrity Commission did not disclose the reason for summoning the MP, Chin stated in a release on Sunday that he has been in contact with the Integrity Commission in relation to financial statements it requested. It has been brought to my attention that a public notice bearing the logo of the Integrity Commission was published in the Gleaner and the Observer and circulated on social media widely on Sunday, March 24, 2024, asking me to attend the office of the Integrity Commission by March 27, 2024, Chin stated. I have been in touch with the Integrity Commission over the last few months in relation to requested financial statements for companies of which I am a director. These have not been completed by the company's accountants and as a result are still outstanding, he added. He went on to apologize to the Integrity Commission for not providing an update sooner. I apologize for not providing an update to the Commission sooner. I will be attending the office of the Integrity Commission on Monday, March 25, 2024 to have the matter resolved, Chin disclosed. Golding says he will not apologize for comments about appointment of Juliet Holness as House Speaker. Opposition leader Mark Golding says he will not be apologizing for the comments he made regarding the appointment of Juliet Holness as Speaker of the House. Last week during his budget debate contribution, Mr. Golding raised the issue of what he described as Jamaica's low-thrust environment. He said having the wife of the Prime Minister as a House Speaker goes against the tradition of having an independent Speaker. Following that statement, members of the governing party walked out of the House, bringing the budget debate to an abrupt halt. Mr. Golding's statement was later condemned by stakeholders aligned to the Jamaica Labour Party. But speaking to reporters, Mr. Golding said he would not apologize for the statement. He said the walkout was bizarre and he was taken by surprise as it has never happened before. Meantime, Mr. Golding sought to clarify that his statement was not a critique of Mrs. Holness but rather a critique of the arrangements which allow her to be appointed in the role.
Certainly not. I think the Prime Minister owes me an apology for having walked out during my speech and preventing me from completing when I never said anything disrespectful to anyone. I was making a point of principle, which I think is a valid and sound point and needed to be made because of what has happened since Mrs. Holness became Speaker. First of all, it wasn't a critique of Mrs. Holness, and I think it's important to say that. It was a critique of the arrangement implemented by the Prime Minister, really, to have his spouse be the Speaker. I have nothing against Mrs. Holness personally. In fact, I enjoy a cordial relationship with her. And, you know, she's a lady who has achieved many things in her life and, you know, respect due. So I have nothing against Mrs. Holness, and I would always be polite to Mrs. Holness and courteous. But the arrangement, which has put in place a kind of structure of potential conflict of interest, is what I was criticizing. When he reacted the way he did, well, I wasn't expecting him to storm out in a fit of pique.
10 killed in road crashes during week ending March 22nd, says RSU. 10 people, including a 6-year-old boy and 2 women, were killed in motor vehicle crashes during the week ending Friday, March 22nd, according to the Island Traffic Authority's Road Safety Unit, RSU. The RSU said the latest victims include 4 motorcyclists, a pillion rider, a pedestrian, 1 passenger of a public passenger vehicle, 1 commercial vehicle driver, 1 driver of a private motor car, and a passenger of a private motor car. The latest fatalities have pushed to 93 the number of people killed in 82 fatal crashes as at March 22. The RSU said fatal crashes and fatalities have decreased by 8% each when compared with the similar period in 2023. Meanwhile, the RSU said fatalities for 2024 are projected to decrease by 2% when compared with 2023. It said pedestrians currently accounted for 18% of the road users killed as of March 22nd, motorcyclists account for 40%, private motor vehicle drivers account for 16%, while passengers of private motor vehicles account for 10%. Vulnerable road users, pedestrians, pedal cyclists, motorcyclists, and pillion riders account for 65% of the road users killed, as at March 22nd, the RSU stated. It said males and females currently account for 85% and 15% respectively on the road fatalities to date. In the meantime, Era 1, Trelawney, St. James, Hanover, and Westmoreland account for 32%. Era 2, Portland, St. Mary, and St. Anne accounts for 15%. Era 3, St. Elizabeth, Manchester, Clarendon accounts for 23%. Era 4, Kingston Central, Kingston Eastern, Kingston Western, St. Andrew Central, St. Andrew South account for 11%, and Era 5, St. Andrew North, St. Catherine South, St. Catherine North, and St. Thomas account for 19% of the road fatalities as of March 22, 2024. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.